In today's JOCR news, we're kicking off the new week with iOS 26 Beta 8, and Apple is coming under pressure from Elon Musk, but also from Germany. And it's official, Apple's iPhone event has been officially announced, and there are fresh leaks and rumors about the iPhone 17 Air, the AirPods Pro 3, and a feature for the Pro models that we've been waiting for a long time. All this and a little bit more in the JOCR news. Let's go! What's up, friends of the fam? This is your JOCR around Apple with all the news from a hot last week. We'll go through all the news about Apple so you'll be up to date again, so let's get started. Last week kicked off with the 8th developer beta of iOS 26, which was released on Monday evening along with the corresponding versions for iPadOS, macOS, tvOS, HomePodOS, visionOS and watchOS. And this is probably the last version because Apple released the 8th beta for iOS 18 last year on August 28th, and there were no more betas afterwards. Since the 8th iOS 26 beta came out on August 25th, the timing is similar. Just as an example, last time there were more than 8 betas was for iOS 12, namely 12 betas in total. There were no major innovations in this 8th version, and of course another version could still be released, but as a rule it's now a matter of polishing the final version and then being ready because it won't be long anymore. There is also news about the on-off relationship between Tim Cook and Elon Musk because there have been always disagreements in this tech marriage. We have reported on this repeatedly, and Tim Cook has always been able to appease Elon. Once when Apple stopped advertising on X after racist comments, Elon was angry. After that, the two took a walk through Apple Park and were able to settle the dispute, and Elon posted afterwards that it was very, very nice and the walk was great. But this time there were no talks. Instead, Elon Musk and his company X, or XAI with this chatbot, are suing Apple. This lawsuit was preceded by Elon Musk's vicious insults directed at OpenAI ChatGPT CEO Sam Altman with a previous attempt to buy OpenAI together with Mark Zuckerberg in a hostile takeover. When Zuckerberg was not on board, he tried with other investors and failed. Now he's accusing Apple of preventing X from reaching #1 in the App Store and wants to force Apple to open up the platform so that not only ChatGPT is stored as a fallback if Siri cannot answer your query, but also other AI providers like Grok from X. If Apple loses this case, they would have to open up the interface to Siri and the AI agents and allow others to join. In this context, Apple has already officially mentioned that Google's Gemini could make its debut and then possibly Grok as well. But let's wait and see if that will really happen. A quick reminder for Elon, DeepSeek was the last AI chatbot to make it to #1 on the App Store charts. Maybe there's another reason why Grok isn't going to be #1. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of lawsuits, a German court has banned Apple from continuing to advertise that the new Apple Watches are completely CO2 neutral, saying that this is misleading. This advertisement may no longer be run, but Apple can still appeal this decision. According to Apple's advertisements, the majority of emissions are already avoided during manufacturing and transport, and a small part is offset by nature-based compensation projects. The German Environmental Aid Association considers those statements to be greenwashing and has filed an injunction against misleading advertising. Basically, the issue here is that according to the ruling, 75% of the land Apple claims to be cultivating is only leased until 2029 and will be cleared after that, and there are currently no follow-up contracts by Apple. The court is convinced that the consumers would expect CO2 offsetting to continue until 2050 and that greenwashing is therefore being practiced here. But now it is up to you, greenwashing or not? Let me know in the comments. I can already tell you that I am very excited about the new information and leaks, as there will be a lot to discover and many new things for us to try out, including of course the upcoming iPhone 17 Air, which according to reports could come with a set of accessories, one of which is likely to be a case with an integrated battery pack, similar to the one we already know from the good old humpback whale case, which was available for the iPhone iPhone XS, for example. But according to Mark Gurman, another Apple classic is being discussed, and that is the so-called bumper case. Who remembers that? Back in the days of the iPhone 4, Apple gave this case away for free in some cases because there were reception problems when you held it firmly in your hand, since the antennas were built into the frame and were covered by your hand. Anyway, there will apparently be a case like this for the iPhone 17 Air to protect the edges of this lightweight, almost delicate device, but I hope that we won't need either of them. The battery will certainly be the most exciting part, and Apple has included it in its invitation. On Tuesday evening, Apple officially announced its iPhone event, which will be on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. On a side note, thanks to your support, I will be attending an iPhone event live for the first time and will be reporting back to you. 1,000 thanks again for subscribing to JOCR for your Apple news and supporting me. Apple's invitation is titled Unbelievable and Almost Here in German and Awe-dropping in English, which is similar to when you see a shooting star and make that sound and drop your jaw. Ah. Something like that, right? I hope the description was good for you. In any case, we can definitely see the colors of the Pro models in the invitation, which we already had in the rumors: orange and blue, light gold and light blue. Many also see Apple's new vapor cooling system in it, which cools the battery to ensure maximum processor performance. And I simply interpreted this to mean that perhaps the incredible zoom of the Pro models plays a hard role here because of the title. As always, we'll see on September 9th what's true. It's always a little fun to interpret. Last year, the invitation clearly hinted at the iPhone's bezel, which seemed to light up when you activate the new Siri robe, as it must be called, but which then triggered the old Siri. That brings back some memories that, let's not go there. Now, let's talk about reverse wireless charging, which basically means the ability to place your AirPods or even your Apple Watch on the back of your phone and charge them. The first time it became clear that this was even possible was when Apple released the MagSafe battery pack, which could be charged wirelessly via the iPhone 12 at the time. We've been waiting for this ever since, and now the leaker Instant Digital has repeated this rumor again, pointing out that Apple is testing it once more and that it may then be possible to charge Apple products with 7.5 watts on the back of the phone. This could be extremely helpful for the Apple Watch, especially when on the go, because you would then only need one power plug and one cable for all your Apple products like AirPods, Apple Watch and MagSafe battery packs, for instance. And while we're on the subject of the AirPods Pro 3 will certainly play a role, as a number of innovations are expected here, including a new adapted design, essentially a mixture of the current AirPods 4 and the AirPods Pro 2, meaning that the shape or body will probably be adapted. However, there are also rumors that the design could be more radical and that there will be no longer a stem, but rather similar to competing products like the Google Buds. The heart rate measurement feature, already available on the Powerbeats Pro 2, is also expected to be added to the AirPods Pro 3. How important and helpful this is remains to be seen, perhaps not really for those who have an Apple Watch, but the heart rate will definitely be measured via sensors in the ear and transmitted to the iPhone so that it can also be used in corresponding sports apps. In this context, Apple is also testing whether the AirPods Pro 3 can measure skin temperature in the ear, which Apple Watches can also do, but only for sleep tracking. And with the AirPods Pro 3 it would definitely be more accurate. There's also supposed to be improved sound quality and active noise cancellation thanks to a new chip. The ultra-wideband chip is to be updated so that the AirPods can be found even more easily with Find My. As soon as there are news and leaks, I will of course keep you up to date in time for the event. If you don't want to miss it, subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.